Football's got steroids. Baseball's got steroids. Even weightlifting, you betcha, has got steroids. But what does Magic the Gathering have as a way to get a competitive edge? Autism. And it's been right under our nose this entire time. We could have been taking Tylenol because apparently Tylenol causes autism. But don't take my word for it. Let's listen to a very trusted source.
So taking Tylenol is not good. All right, I'll say it. It's not good.
That's right. Tylenol is no good because it gives you autism. But we want that so we can get good at Magic the Gathering. So now the biggest question is, how do you build a deck that gives you autism? Well, we're going to need Tylenol, of course, and we're going to need to get pregnant. But before we go around giving ourselves autism, if you can't already tell, I'm the most unhinged deck builder on the internet. So if you've got a weird, wacky, silly, goofy idea, challenge me in the comments down below. The one with the most upvotes, I gotta build. And while you're down there in the comments, leave a like and subscribe. Also hit that bell notification, baby. YouTube's been a little silly goofy with it recently. I'd appreciate it. Anyway, our commander is going to be Zinnia, Valley's Voice. Blue, red, white, bird bard, 1/3, can give birth for the low price of 2 mana. Creature spells have offspring, so we pay an additional 2. When we cast it, we get a 1/1 token copy of it. Check it off the list, baby. That's halfway. We're done. Almost. We got to think about Tylenol, though. How do we make that in Magic the Gathering? Well, I did a little bit of a brain blast, and I figured out easily. Pain reduction. That's what Tylenol is all about. So how do we translate that? Well, we've got Phyrexian Vindicator. 4 white mana. Prevents damage that will be dealt to it, and then gives it to the next guy. We love it. But what if it was a baby? Well, now it's a 1/1 baby, but it still prevents damage, and then we win more because we deal that damage to another target, okay? And by winning, it proves that we have autism. Genius. Next up is Brash Taunter. 4 and a red for a 1/1. Prevents damage because he's indestructible. When he's dealt damage, he gives it to the next guy. And he likes to get into fights, into fisticuffs, all right? Hey, see? Throw him up, throw him up. But what if he was a baby? Well, guess what? He's still a 1/1. That doesn't change. He's still indestructible. That don't change. He still does damage. That ain't changing. And guess what? Now that we're doing more damage, we're winning more. And by winning, we have autism. Moving on to Boros Reckoner. Pay whatever mana you want for this guy, red or white. I don't care. This guy chump blocks. He's not indestructible. But by doing that, he's preventing damage from hitting us, our life total. Genius. And then he does damage when he does that. But what if he was a baby? I don't care. Mog Maniac, 1 and a red for a 1/1. Dealt damage, deals damage. Spite Mare, 4 mana, pay whatever you want. Dealt damage, deals damage. Stuffy Doll, 5 mana. Dealt damage, deals damage to the chosen player, not everybody. Coal Hauler Swine, 6 mana. Dealt damage, deals that much damage to each player. That's including us. Love that. And True Fire Captain, 2 red, 2 white. Dealt damage, deals damage. But what if it was a baby? You get the point. Now, funnily enough, we are still only halfway done. We do reduce pain. We then give birth. But now we have autism, and we need to weaponize it into some really cool combinations. Dawnsire, Sunstar Dreadnought, is 5 mana for a spacecraft. It'll laser beam one of our little guys, our Mog Maniac perhaps, dealing 100 damage to target opponent. It's really nasty. And guess what? Maybe that Mog Maniac is a baby. But what if they beat us up? Thankfully, we have Spider-Man to save us. That's right. With great power, 3 and a white. All damage that would be dealt to us is instead dealt to enchanted creature. Give it to the Brash Taunter. Now he's dealing all that damage that would be done to us. And now he looks like Spider-Man too, because he's got the Spider-Man suit on. But what if he was a baby? You get it? Because it's a baby dressed as Spider-Man. Whatever. Pain for all obviously does not reduce pain, but instead induces pain for all. When enchanted creature is dealt damage, it deals that much damage to each opponent. Yeah, that's awesome. I love this card. Unironically great. But we have more tricks up our autistic sleeves because Zinnia makes tokens, and tokens can be easily copied, allowing us to hyperfixate on the stuff we really like. For example, Moonlit Meditation, 2 and a blue, enchanting a creature. The first time we would make a token, we instead make that many tokens that are copies of the enchanted permanent. What are we enchanting? Maybe Exalted Sunborn, which doubles the amount of tokens we create, and we could pay its warp cost and offspring cost at the same time for 4 mana as opposed to 5. We love to see it. Maybe we're copying Nesting Dovehawk, because at the beginning of combat on your turn, populate, which says create a token that's a copy of a creature token you control. This gets out of hand very quickly. I love it. It's awesome. A lot of offspring happening, okay? This is canonical. But babies are expensive. I don't know if you know this. So we've got Loyal Warhound. Enters, if somebody's got more land than us, we get a land. Solemn Simulacrum. Enters, we get a basic, and when it dies, we draw a card. I like that. Deep Gnome Terramancer. Hey, if you're cheating a land in, give me one. We only get it once each turn, but not too bad. Give me that. I love it. And you better believe they can all be babies. And now we've got so much mana, we can afford all the offspring we're ever gonna need. And you're raising your hand right now saying, how does this deck win? Well, by nuking ourselves. I know that sounds crazy, but your opponents, they're gonna try and fly over our blockers, or they're gonna avoid land combat with us altogether. Because if, we block with our creatures, they take 1 billion damage. It sucks to be them. So Blasphemous Act is really the only way to go. It deals 13 damage to each creature. We've got an entire board of offspring 1/1s that are excited to take 13 damage right to the dome. We've also got Arcbound, one of the craziest spells in the game. 2 in a red, choose target creature. Just pick whichever one does damage. Whenever that creature is dealt damage, it deals that much damage to each other creature and each player. So, instant disintegration of their face. There's also Dawnsire, the aforementioned Dreadnought, that does 100 big ones to a target creature, which then gets transferred to an opponent, nuking them right to the dome. You love to see it. We can also pull out All Reliable to make sure this happens all the time. Imperial Recruiter, Recruiter of the Guard, they can pull out our Brash Taunter, our Mog Maniacs, our Nesting Dovehawks, our Solemn Simulacrums, so we can get this deck really juiced up and going. And you better believe they can all be babies. And now that we overwhelm our opponents with our babies, we win the game. As easy as that. We're now a genius and therefore have autism. You can clap now. We did it. This deck gave you autism. We'd love to see it. But before we go any further, I want to make sure you guys all know that this is a joke. Obviously, unlike being gay, trans, or queer, you can't choose to be autistic. It's not a choice. It's just something you're born with. And obviously, the government deciding who can and can't be born is definitely not a slippery slope at all towards anything bad. It's not. Okay, before we go any further than this, I want to make sure you guys know that that segment was actually the real joke. That doesn't reflect my beliefs at all. It was just there as a sort of red herring, like a twist. You know what I'm saying? If you really want a better joke, you want to see someone really make a fool of themselves, let me show you a really good example.
So taking Tylenol is not good. All right, I'll say it. It's not good.
All right, everybody. That does bring us to the end of the video. If you like it, leave a like. If you subscribe, subscribe. Shout out to my patrons on Patreon. Thank you so much. You keep the lights on. We love to see it. I've also got a Discord linked in the description down below. You can come and join. It's free and fun and awesome. And if you've got something you want me to build, challenge me in the comments down below. The one with the most upvotes, I gotta build. I'll see you in the next one. Peace out.